But are you
Yo, right
ready?
now, hold up, because it's a fuck y'all. It's a bee right now wilding. Like I'm sitting here and I'm like, hey yo, this bee is wilding on me right now. This is crazy. All right, you gotta give me a second. Hold
No,
up. I
handle
can't
it.
fuck with this bee. No fucking way. I'm gonna be like Oliver got me stung. All right, bee, I got something for your ass. That motherfucker come back over here. It's up for that bee. Okay?
Brooklyn, who or beef? What's going on, y'all? We got Babs Bunny, the rap legend icon, in the mix with Twix today to talk about making the band. Babs,
Hey,
what's
hey,
going on? How you
hey.
doing?
I'm good. How you, Oliver?
Maybe I can't complain. It is really such an honor to talk to you because I remember watching Making the Band back in the day, and you were always my favorite. I kept up with you through the rap battle series that you have that goes viral all the time. And I just think you're really, really funny and charismatic. So to share this space opportunity with you is like my childhood dream come true.
Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate you, Oliver. But we're going to get into some stuff today. You already know. I'm
I
happy to be here.
I saw a video of you on the internet, and you were like, if y'all take me to the bar and buy me a drink, I may say something. I may I may say something.
Yes, I'm all here for the drinks and talking. I'm that girl. I'm like, listen, give me some food and some drinks, and you might get into some real stuff, okay?
Yes, yes. How does it feel to be a part of not only an iconic reality TV show for MTV, but such a legendary moment for Bad Boy Records?
I'm excited and always feel good to be a part of history. It's so crazy because as a kid, I used to always say, "Oh, I wish I could live forever," right? And
Mhm.
then I feel like I made a mark where I will live forever. My name will live forever, what I've done. And I got a lot more stuff to do. So I'm definitely going to make that happen. So I
I
feel good.
I love that. How do you look back on that time of your life?
I was young. I was having a lot of fun, you know what I'm saying? And I look back at that time in my life as fun. It was setting me up for my future, and I loved it. I don't have any regrets about my past, being young. It's things I wish I would have knew, but
Mhm.
I don't have no regrets. It was a good time.
When you look at where reality TV is now with all of these different shows, we got Baddies, we got Housewives, we got Love and Hip Hop, we got, you know, places like Netflix that got reality TV shows, Traders, and all this other stuff. How do you compare the shows you see today to when you guys were a part of the first wave of reality TV?
I feel like our success opened the door for what it is today. It's
Mhm.
definitely not real TV how we film. You know what I'm saying? It was reality TV for real. It's not like that anymore. But I'm always rooting for all the reality TV stars. I kind of, now I know that the pay is different. That's the big thing. It ain't real, but that pay be real. You know what I mean? Like the pay be different. And I'm rooting for all of the people that come on reality TV and make a mark for themselves.
I love that. When you mentioned the pay, what do you remember y'all was getting paid for the show Making the Band? And I'm not talking about like the contract to be a musician
Hmm.
signed to Bad Boy, but actually talent on Making the Band, the show.
From what I could remember, I think we probably got about $2,500 per episode.
Really?
Yeah, yeah,
Girl, you know that's still more than what some people make their first season of their reality TV show.
really.
That's still more than what some people make their first season out on reality TV. Yeah.
Mm, that's wild.
Before we get into talking about the episodes of Making the Band, I love to do this thing called Roll Call, where I name everyone who was casted on your show. And you're going to tell me the first thing that comes to your brain, and it could be whatever comes to your brain. Are you ready?
Let's get it.
All right. So the first name I'm going to call, she did not make the band. She didn't make the album. She was like a huge part of y'all first season, and this is Mysterious.
Crazy.
Mysterious had some iconic moments on the show during her one and only season.
When I'm think about Mysterious from the show, I say crazy. That's the first thing that come to my mind. Now, her in real life, me and Mysterious is good. You know what I'm
I love
saying?
that.
Just want to make that clear. We good. We don't have no issues. That is the homie. And so, people they edit shit. You know what I'm saying? She really did that, but that's what they chose to show. They didn't choose to show her in a different light.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Um, any fun memories from your times with Mysterious during Making the Band days?
I was trying to get my spot. So at that time, it wasn't no fun. I was trying to kill everything. I needed my spot.
Yeah,
So yeah,
yeah.
facts.
Fax it over. Okay, next on the
but we did. We used to laugh. I used to do her hair. I used to braid her hair and stuff like that. But we was in competition mode, so I was trying to get everybody up out of
noted, noted.
there.
Next on the list is Allison Stanley, who was like y'all's unofficial den mother. What do you remember about Allison? She seems so sweet.
Allison was so sweet. I love Allison. She was so good to me. She was so nice to me. And I used to be going through it sometimes, and she used to be like that. She used to calm me down. So shout out to Allison. I miss Allison. I haven't seen Allison or spoken to her in years. I would love to see her.
Hmm. Yeah, shout out to Allison. Hopefully she sees this and reaches out.
Yeah.
Next on the list is Mr. Bentley. One of my favorite quotes, which you have many from the show, is I'm sorry, Mr. Bentley, but I'm tight.
That's my guy. Okay, Mr. Bentley is my guy, hands down. Held me down, made sure that I was good. Okay, if I had a strand sticking up, he was like, "Dad, like, you know what I mean? Get it together, girl." Like, and so I love Bentley. That is
Mhm.
my guy.
Shout out to Mr. Bentley. That's my Morehouse brother.
Yes,
Yes. The first classic man.
there
Um,
you go.
Next on the list is Harv.
Harv Pierre. Harv Pierre is a boss. You know what I'm saying? One of the reasons why I got picked for the band is Harv Pierre. So shout out to Harv Pierre for being the boss that he is. Harv don't really smile too much. He ain't really with the fun and games, but he there to work. So when Harv is in the building, you gotta produce some shit.
When's the last time you spoke to Harv?
It's been years. I probably spoke to Harv maybe like 10 years ago.
Yeah, damn, a decade. That's a
Hmm.
while ago.
Yeah.
I'll be so late to the news that be going on. Like I'm really not like a shade room type of person, but of course in prepping for today, I was trying to make sure I spelled his name right, and I didn't know Harv was like in trouble with all this shit that's the fuck going on.
Yeah, he got caught up in that shit.
It's
Somebody put his name in that shit. Shit crazy.
it's crazy.
Hmm.
Next on the list is Sarah Stokes.
Sarah Stokes, the gangster of the band. You feel me? Sarah
Really?
is a gangster. All right? That is the real gangster of the band, okay? Shout out. She not Sarah Stokes no more. She's Sarah Rivers, okay?
Yeah, yeah. She got a
So
divorce. She divorced him.
she divorced. She got a new husband. She just had another baby. So, Sarah is doing good. And that's my sister. Like, I love Sarah. Sarah was one of the first girls that I seen that was into like skincare.
Mm-hmm.
Living with Sarah, Sarah taught me a lot that I didn't realize then because I wasn't into none of that. And I used to
Mhm.
laugh at her and thought she was extra. And now I'm calling her for tips like, yo, what's that shit you was using? Like,
Uh-huh.
you know what I mean? Like, so Sarah was ahead of her time as far as chicks, the type of chicks that I used to hang around. Like
Mhm.
Sarah wasn't playing. She would roll out that bed, go right in that bathroom, and beat that face. You rarely caught Sarah on camera with no makeup on. And at the time, like I said, I was like, makeup. I don't need no makeup. You see my skin? I don't need that pancake shit. Girl, I see myself on that camera. I said, "Oh my God, I need makeup."
Uh-huh.
Okay, you gotta be camera ready. But Sarah knew to be camera ready, honey. And so, shout out to Sarah. She's a gangster and she a baddie.
What make you say she was the real gangster of the group?
Cause she the one that caught the violent charge. You know, you gotta pull her record.
Oh
You know
right,
what I'm
yeah.
saying? Like she caught the violent charge. And when I seen that, I was like, damn, I'm glad you ain't pop on me. I ain't know you was giving it up like that. I was like, okay. So Sarah is the real gangster of the band. Okay. Like the light skinned baddie will get it shaken. Okay.
That's a bar. Light skin baddie and get it shaken.
Yes.
Oh, next on the list is my Miami brother, Frederick.
Yes, that's my bro. I feel like me and Fred was like the closest. And at the
Really?
time, yeah, we were the closest. We had the tightest bond in the band. That's my bro, like for real, for real. I love Fred. He's crazy. He's funny. He's loyal.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and that's a big thing for me. He's a ride or die loyal dude.
Next on the list is Chopper, Young City.
Chopper used to get on my damn nerve. Okay, Chopper used to get on my nerve, but Chopper has grown now. You know, I just spoke to Chopper a few days ago,
Oh,
and
good.
yeah, shout out to Chopper. Chopper is a hard head. Let me just say that. When I think of Chopper, I'm just like he's so hard headed. He's still, regardless, even though we grown now, he's still like the baby to us. You know, he's
Mm-hmm.
still the hard headed one. But I'm proud of him of that he's still doing what he's doing and keeping his head up above the water. You know.
Yeah. Um, I was of course watching it and preparing for this, and from the show, they try to make it seem like you and Chopper had like a thing or a potential thing. How valid is that?
Well,
Or
Chopper,
was that?
he did like me. You know, ain't too many people gonna be around me and not like me. You know what I'm saying? We living together and all that. You can't be around me too long and not feel me.
Uh-huh.
So he did like me, but he was a kid. And then at that time, a lot of people didn't know that I was a lesbian. You know what I'm saying? So it wasn't even really going down anyway. And so yeah, it was real that he liked me, but we wasn't that happening.
Nothing was gonna happen.
Mm-mm.
You don't like guys at all.
I like to go to lunch and dinner and stuff with guys. you know, and
Uh-huh.
I love guys. I have a father, I have a son. But
But
as
not like
far as
that.
like, yeah, not like that. No.
I live. I love that. Next on the list is Ness.
E Nest, the lyrical monster. Okay, Nest had made everybody push their pin. All
Mm-hmm.
right. So Ness used to rap in his sleep. Like I be sitting right next to him, he's sleeping and he spitting bars in his sleep.
Really?
That's how real it is to Ness. So Ness is the lyrical monster of the band of most rappers that I know. He gets it in for real, for
Mm-hmm.
real. This is his life.
Was Enes truly the leader of the band?
I'm the leader of the band. Hello. Is the leader of the band, all right? But Ness was the leader as far as like I said, he made everybody push their pen.
Mm-hmm.
He was very well seasoned. He was older. And so we respected Ness. Let me say that. We respected him enough that his opinions did matter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Next on the list is Dylon.
I spit hot fire. Dylon, Dylon, Dylon. Um, yeah, that's what I think when I think of Dylon. I think that I think of the fact that he wasn't around often, you know?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Now we going I got some questions about that because you were probably the most vocal, at least from what we all see from the show, about him not being there. Like you wasn't
Exactly.
having that shit at all.
I wasn't having it, and I wasn't having that I had to rap his bars and he was getting paid. And so that didn't make any sense to me. And if anybody go back and look at the footage, I was the one that was like, "What's up with that money?"
Yeah, well, let's talk about it. So you spoke to you guys' manager. I can't think of the guy's name. Real nice guy. He seemed like he was like real mild mannered, and you was like, if Dylon not here, we need to split his money.
Yeah, facts.
How
And
much?
so,
How much were y'all getting paid a show? Because when the second season, well, no, the third season opens up, y'all going from city to city, y'all performing in front of all these like huge crowds, almost looking like little small arenas, almost. How much was y'all clocking out at the end of the day after getting off the stage?
I'm gonna just say this, right? Because I do have a documentary coming out, so I can't go into details, but I'm gonna say this: what we were getting paid, we was not pocketing. We was getting paid a lot, like 50, 60, 70,000 a show.
Oh wow,
And we weren't pocketing nowhere near that
why is that?
because it was getting stolen. That's why.
Who was taking the money, Babs?
I'm still trying to figure that out, okay? Because I'm at their door, like, where's my money? Okay, like, yeah. So I got a few people that I know that had access to it because we the artists. Every other people that money don't come to us. We're not booking those shows. You know
Mm-hmm.
what I'm saying? So to find that's something that I found out later on when I was able to see documents and paperwork and seeing the numbers on the paper on how much we were getting paid to perform versus how much we were getting paid to perform.
I just saw an interview with not Dylon. I just saw an interview with Frederick, and he was saying that basically y'all were being told it was promotional performances, and y'all wasn't getting nothing. And like, come to find out, people was getting money for y'all to come perform. That's what you're speaking to.
Yeah, well, no, because that's totally different. That's completely different. We was getting paid to perform too, but it was also shows that they told us was for promo. Like, and now we didn't know. So let me tell you this. I didn't know about the business then.
Mm-hmm.
Now that I know, yeah, that none of them shows was no promo shows at all. And it was a lot of money being made and we was not receiving it at all.
How much money you think was made from you guys performing?
Millions, millions.
Damn. Next on the list, last but surely not least, the bad boy himself, Diddy. Don't go anywhere. In the Mix with Twix will be right back after this. Listen, it's going down in Atlanta this summer. That's right, y'all. Chasing the Beat Live is here. A live experience of queer art and creativity. On Friday, June 21st. Doors open up at 7 p.m. Listen, I done got y'all hoes karaoke with a live band, a little DJ, we got a happy hour, reality TV games. We're gonna have a little dancing, appearances by some of your favorite socialites and celebrities. I'm performing, it don't get no better than that, and so much more. So much more. This is the gayest variety show ever, with a special all-queer hip-hop lineup featuring Ocean Kelly, Goddess Mikey, Hemingway, Ayo Rashawn, and Tiana Banks, plus a whole lot of soul singing from Sonny Dread, Brazy, and Miles Tripp. Plus some stand-up comedy from Rockefeller and the social media famous Tommy the Gossip, hosted by yours truly, Quentin T. Harris. Oh yeah, we finna crank it, bitch! Listen, pre-sale tickets are going on right now
Head on over to www.eventbrite.com. Search Chasing the Beat or look for the Apache Cafe profile to get your tickets. Get your tickets now before the pre-sale ends May 31st and the price goes up. Now I know we all outside this summer, so you and your friends jump in the car and pull up on us down in the Atlanta at the Apache Cafe Friday, June 21st for Chasing the Beat Live, a live experience of queer art and creativity. And yes, I did that in one take. See you there. Welcome back to In the Mix with Twixt.
I would say Diddy is like Jekyll and Hyde, like the evil scientist. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like it's like yeah. Shout out to Diddy. I got so many good things to say, and then I got so many bad things to say. So when I think about him, I think about which side the coin gonna flip on today. That's just basically it, heads or tails.
What are some of your favorite moments with Diddy?
Him signing me
Mm-hmm.
was my favorite moment with
Mm-hmm.
Diddy. The fact that he gave me a record deal, he believed in me,
Mm-hmm.
he put money behind me, and presented me to the world. Those are the best times that I had with Diddy.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And then, do you care to share maybe a not so amazing moment that you remember about Diddy?
him signing me.
Hell no.
Like shout out to Diddy, man. I can't never some real shit like bash Puff. Um, Everybody got their own stories with Puff.
Mm-hmm.
It's like I got good things to say, I got bad things to say, but I will say, like I said, that Puff believed in me.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? He actually believed in me. He actually presented me a contract, whether it was good or bad. You know what I mean? It was presented, and a lot of people wasn't getting one of those presented to them. And so, at the end of the day, I will always, be grateful to Diddy for that, for making me a part of a legendary brand,
Yeah.
which is Bad Boy.
What do you remember about auditioning for making the band? How did you find out about it, and what was the process like for you?
My manager at the time had told me that he seen it in a newspaper, and this was
Mm-hmm.
around the time people read the newspaper, okay? And so he was like, Dad Puff, because this when we called him Puff Daddy,
Puff
okay?
Daddy.
So Puff Daddy is doing making a band like Old Town. He was breaking it down to me because Old Town was the first one. And
Mm-hmm.
so he asked me that I want to audition. I said absolutely, right? And so we knew the date that they was having the auditions. They was coming to New York. At the time, I was working in theater. I was an usher in an off Broadway theater in New York City. Shout out to the
Mm-hmm.
Public Theater. And
Shout out
so
to the public theater.
being groomed in this field already, I already knew what I was gonna do. I got
Mm-hmm.
off that night. And I went to the venue where they were doing the auditions the next day. I slept out there. I was the first person online in New York City to audition, doing that because of my job. When we used to give out free tickets to the Shakespeare in the Park, and I would see how the white people would camp out for days,
Mm-hmm.
like tents and shit, so they could get their ticket. And so I was like, I'm on white people time, okay? I'm outside, I'm on that line like a white girl, all right?
Mm-hmm.
And so I did what I did, and I actually didn't get picked that first day. And my manager told me that we was gonna go back the
Mm-hmm.
next day because they was doing a 2 day audition. And so I went back the next day and I got picked that next day. And then it was off to the races from there.
You make it into the competition, but you actually get eliminated. What did you think was going on, or why do you think you got eliminated at that point?
I think I got eliminated because brown skin. I think I got eliminated because I wasn't selling sex. The girl that they picked over me, she was brown too, but she was giving more sexy. You know,
Mina.
she Mina. Shout out to Mina. She had on no bra, nipples was always on rock, I feel like that definitely played a part. I feel like they liked her look better than they liked my look, and
Mm-hmm.
that's why she was chosen that day.
How much time had passed between you getting eliminated and them asking you back into the house?
2 weeks.
Okay. And did you think it was over? Like once you went home, you was like, "This is over. I'm on to the next thing."
Yes, I was back at work. I was already back at my job and already preparing to get back in the studio and do what I do. Because I was trying to get a deal before making the band. That's why I said
Mm-hmm.
I had a manager. I was already in the studio, already doing shows. So I was like, all right, back to what we were doing. And I actually got the call to come back. I had just got off of work again, getting off of work, right? And I walk
Mm-hmm.
in my door, and my phone is ringing, and I answer my phone, and then they like, yeah, we want you to come back to the crib. Like, so I was like, all right, it's go time.
It's go time.
Yeah, I was excited. They was like, oh, don't tell nobody. Don't tell your mother. Don't tell your father. I hung that phone up and called my mother immediately. I was like, I was like, yo, they called me back. And I called my father. I told everybody they told me not to tell, I told.
One of the most iconic moments from Making the Band 2 season 1 is the scene where Diddy is in the house and he basically is making y'all go and do these like one-on-one battles, right? And you go up against Mysterious and you go up against Mina. And I want to break it down between you and Mysterious and you and Mina. What do you remember about you battling Mysterious?
I was trying to get everybody out of there. Like, you got to understand my mind frame. I'm just being called back to the house. Everybody mad.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody mad that
Everybody
I'm
was
back in
upset.
there.
Uh-huh.
You know what I'm saying? The only people that wasn't was Fred and Chopper. They were the only two people that were not mad. And the singers ain't care. But them rappers, they were mad.
Because they knew.
But at the end of the day, it was like God answered my prayers because I already was in battle mode. I already was saying, like, yo, how they clip me, like I battled any one of them. And I was already in that mode when I went home, like, yo, how they clip me. You know what I'm saying? So now I get there and Puff come in the crib and he's like, oh, it's battle time. I'm like, yes. Like, I'm like, this is my time to shine. And all these people sitting at the table, I'm killing everything. So they told um Mysterious, whoever stood up first. I don't know if it was Nina who stood up first or whatever, then it was Mysterious, but I had to battle Ness that night too, and they didn't show that. I wish they would have showed that. Puff was trying to get me out of there. He was really trying to get me out of there. I was the only person that had to battle three people that night.
What was the battle with Ines like?
It was crazy, and we was going back and forth. We was going back and forth too. And you see, I was still there. That's what I'm saying. I don't know why they ain't show it. I wish they would have showed that, but I had to go head to head with two girls and a chick. Puff was trying to get me out of there.
Two
If
girls
you
and a
go
chick.
back, I mean, two chicks and a dude.
It's okay, I
What
got
happens
you.
when you smoke that shit? But
No, get it
so
lit.
now, so now I'm like, yo, it's go time. Let's get it in. And that's how I looked at it from both angles. I was getting everybody up out of there because I needed this spot. And if you go back and look at the footage, Puff is rooting for Mina. He's telling her, don't let her kill you.
Mm-hmm.
Don't let her kill you. He ain't rooting for me. He not like, yeah, Babs. Yeah, he not doing none of that. He's telling her, she's killing you.
Mm-hmm. Was
Like, yeah, she's out of here.
was Mina from Brooklyn?
I don't know where Mina was from, but she wasn't from Brooklyn.
Okay, because you know what? When I was looking at her and I was listening to her rap, I was like, dang, she kind of remind me of Foxy Brown a little bit.
She did. A lot of chicks wanted to be Foxy at that time. It's all good, you know.
Do you think they didn't show the battle between you and Ness because you may have spanked him?
That's a possibility. You know what I'm saying? Definitely a possibility.
And so, what was going through your mind once you saw Mina kind of flub and kind of get flustered? Did you think like, "Dang, I got this. Like, I got this
Yes,
now."
yes, yes. I was like, yes, get her out of here. That was my whole point. These bitches out of here. This is my spot. I'm not going home. That's why I was like, yeah, I'm back.
Mm-hmm.
And then Puff was like, you back. I'm like, yeah, nigga, I'm back. Fuck out of here. Like, this is my shit.
And so you make it through that. One of my favorite moments, like to watch, is to see them people go head to head. I like battle. Were you already a battle rapper at this point?
I was a artist, a rapper, right? So all great rappers know that you're gonna have to get it in. Somebody gonna test you. You know what I'm saying? So yes, I have battled before because no matter where you go, oh, you rap, oh, my friend can rap, yo, and then it becomes a back and forth. So I was never, I wouldn't have considered myself as a battle rapper. I was a rapper. I was an artist. I was making songs, like, you know, I'm
Mm-hmm.
performing, but I was ready to go at any time. You trying to test my pen, it's off with your head.
I don't feel like people do that no more.
No, it's a different time. Everybody's sensitive, and then if you do it, they call you a hater or
Mm-hmm.
this is horrible. Why they saying this? That's why I do what I do with my brand
Mm-hmm.
because that's the purest form of hip hop. It's a competition. It's a competitive sport.
It's a
You
competitive
know what I'm
sport.
saying? So yeah, I'm gonna push. I'm gonna touch your pen. You're not
Yeah.
gonna be saying you the nicest and you ain't battle the nicest.
Yeah. That's I live. I'm sorry, I'm living right now. So fast forward, we get to the final episode, and Diddy calls your name as one of the members of the band. What went through your head when you heard your name get called?
All I could think about was my mom and my dad and how excited they were gonna be.
Mm-hmm.
And then I was just like, it's up. Like I'm just thinking about yo, the hood. You know what I mean? I'm like, I did it. I'm going back to the hood. I'm a bad boy artist. It's lit. My life about to change. That all of that was in my mind. Like it's so crazy because even when I watch competition shows now and the people win, I start crying. That's how I was when I was
Mm-hmm.
watching your ass. I be so emotional, y'all. I be like, because I know the feeling, like, and I
Mm-hmm.
just be like, oh my God. And then I see the friends and everybody crying, and I be like, oh, I'm so happy for you. Like,
Mm-hmm.
that be me in the house.
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
The circle had me cry many a times. I think the biggest I well when I auditioned for the circle, I knew they was gonna cast me. Like I just knew I was like, ain't no fucking way y'all gonna like turn all this craziness down. Like ain't no fucking way.
See?
Ain't no fucking way. And
See?
so I ain't gonna lie though, because you know in the circle they make it like the first people to go in and then they choose all the people to go in afterwards, right? And so of course
Mm-hmm.
I'm the last one in. But you don't know if you make it or not until they call you. So I'm over there in Manchester in my loft hoping they not calling me to tell me they send me back to the US, hoping they call and telling me, hey, we finna put you in. And I remember the day they called me, and I had the night before I had cried, like, what the fuck? Man, I done came all the way the fuck out here. My people excited. They think I'm finna be on the show. These niggas ain't called me. They ain't put me in the game. And then the next day they called me and they was like, okay, you know, pack the shit, bitch. You finna go in. And I cried. Like I did the most
See?
ugliest cry. Oh, I was so ugly. And I tried to like record it, you know, just to remember this moment. I couldn't even open my phone. I was like shaking. Oh, that was like such a happy moment. I wish I could feel that again. Like I need to do some shit to
Listen,
feel that again.
that is an amazing feeling. I'm
Mm-hmm.
telling you, and it's only a few people that will ever get that type of feeling in life. That's why I be feeling it when I watch it, when I watch other people, and I know it. I know the nerve when they calling, like, yo, it's a list, like, yo, am I gonna get picked? And then, cause then when people be hugging, oh, I'm so happy you won. I'm not happy nobody won if I ain't win. I'm sorry. Mad right now. I'm mad. I might be happy for you another
Uh-huh.
day, but today I'm mad.
I'm pissed. You know
I'm
what?
pissed.
When I lost, I didn't really give a fuck. You know, I mean, the 100 bands would have been nice, but I mean, bitch, I ain't walking to the shit of po bitch. So, like, I was cool with it. I just wanted to be seen. Like, I just wanted them hoes to see me. I just wanted to be on the shit so I could, like, do something afterwards. That was the prize to me. The
Well,
100 bands
see,
was
bam,
like
yeah,
icing.
if that's the plan, then you know you had your plan set. You know what I mean? But listen, I love it. I love the competition style shit.
Uh-huh.
I live for it.
And you want to win.
I want to win. I want to win. I am very competitive and I'm trying to get that number one spot.
I know that's right.
Yeah.
So between season 1 and 2, describe to me how much your life changed, because now the show is on the air, everybody's watching it. Making the band was like a huge thing. If you wasn't on American Idol, if you wasn't on Top Model, if you wasn't, one of them girls on Flavor of Love, you was supposed to. It was Making a Band. That was like the other show to be on, and it was like millions of people watching y'all. Did your life change at all?
Absolutely. My life changed tremendously. I went from, just people in my hood, knowing me to everywhere I went. Everybody knew me. I couldn't get on a train no more. You know what I mean? Because it would get crazy. They were saying I was a night in a riot and shit. Like, I mean, like, because there was so many, like, being swamped by people. Like, we was really on some, like, Jackson 5 Beatles shit. Like,
Mm-hmm.
they would chase us. You know what I'm saying? We running from fans. I never forget we had a signing in Foot Locker and we couldn't even get through the signing. They was like, yo, we gotta shut it down because they was about to break the window. Like they was banging, trying to get in. So like, yo, we were a really big deal at that
No, y'all
time.
were. Y'all were a
Like,
huge
yeah,
deal.
like a huge deal. So my life changed tremendously. Like, yeah.
No, I mean, I'm happy to say I was. I mean, even though I was young, I probably, how old was I? This is what year did Making a Band come out? 2003.
2003, 2002, 2003.
I was
Yeah.
6, 7 years old, but I remember very, very vividly when the band was on the air, and when the thing to watch on MTV was Making a Band. Like, everybody was watching Making a Band. Everybody wanted to tune in to see what y'all was doing, what y'all was gonna fight about this week, what records y'all was finna do, where y'all was going. Everybody wanted to see. And you know what?
Yeah.
Honestly, Making a Band, if you really look at it, is really a precursor to what we see today when it comes to, like, all the love and hip hop, even down to social media. People, yes, we like the music, but bitch, we want to know what you're doing at home. We want to know what kind of food you eating, what shoes you wearing, what issues you got going on in your life, who doing your hair, who pissing you off, who making you happy, what you doing. It's really a precursor to what we do today.
That is a fact. That is a whole fact. But like I said, it was a different time. It was really real shit. None of our stuff was scripted. We didn't know reality TV was so new. And so it's not even like you signing up for the show to be on TV. You
Mm-hmm.
was really signing up for this show to get a record deal. The TV shit was the after fact. It was just there. Like it's not even in my brain. I'm like, I'm here for a record deal. I'm here to be on Bad Boy. I wasn't there to be on a TV show. So right now, when people are signing up for reality TV, they're signing up to be on this show, to get on the show, to be seen, to be a
Mm-hmm.
reality TV star. I wanted to be a fucking music star, a rapper. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Not a reality TV star, because reality TV then wasn't what it is today. You didn't
Right.
even know you could be a reality TV star. It was no such thing. You know what I mean? As a reality TV star, I kind of think we were the first, to be
Y'all
honest
were.
with you.
Y'all were.
Yeah.
Y'all
Yeah.
were. Especially from
Yeah.
the black community, y'all were. If you think about it, I'm trying to think who would have came before y'all, because Flavor of Love wasn't out by then. Flavor of Love wasn't out. No, it
No, the
wasn't.
real world was.
Yeah, yeah.
Don't go anywhere. In the Mix with Twix will be right back after this. Listen, it's going down in Atlanta this summer. That's right, y'all. Chasing the Beat Live is here. A live experience of queer art and creativity. On Friday, June 21st. Doors open up at 7 p.m. Listen, I done got y'all hosts karaoke with a live band, a little DJ. We got a happy hour, reality TV games, We're gonna have a little dancing, appearances by some of your favorite socialites and celebrities. I'm performing. It don't get no better than that. And so much more. So much more. This is the gayest variety show ever, with a special all-queer hip-hop lineup featuring Ocean Kelly, Goddess Mikey, Hemingway, Ayo Rashawn, and Tiana Banks, plus a whole lot of soul singing from Sonny Dread, Brazy, and Miles Tripp. Plus some stand-up comedy from Rockefeller and the social media famous Tommy the Gossip, hosted by yours truly, Quentin T. Harris. Oh yeah, we finna crank it, bitch! Listen, pre-sale tickets are going on right now. Head on over to www.eventbrite.com. Search Chasing the Beat or look for the Apache Cafe profile to get your tickets. Get your tickets now before the pre-sale ends May 31st and the price goes up. Now I know we all outside this summer, so you and your friends jump in the car and pull up on us down in the Atlanta at the Apache Cafe Friday, June 21st for Chasing the Beat Live, a live experience of queer art and creativity. And yes, I did that in one take. See you there. Welcome back to In the Mix with Twixt.
I want to know, how did the production treat y'all during that first season? I never forget watching the show, and I remembered it rewatching, preparing for this, and there was a girl who got eliminated because she was like, she said a comment like, dang, we finally get some food or something like that, and then she had asked to go out and get some food, and the people took it as her like complaining. But what were the conditions like? Were they feeding y'all?
Well, that was during the first audition process. And no, they were not feeding us. And she was complaining. And that's how they felt because and Puff came and he told her, he was like, yo, I heard you was hungry. You was saying you was hungry. And she was like, yeah. He was like, all right, we'll go home and get something to eat. And she was like, huh? And he was like, yeah, go home and eat. Like, bitch, it's a day. We wasn't even here 24 hours. It's not like, you know what I'm saying? Like, yo, you want this or not? This what you thinking about? I wasn't even hungry, to be honest with you. I'm nervous. I'm trying to, you know what I'm saying? I'm not thinking about food. She in here complaining and actually saying something about it. Like, yo, you're wilding. So yeah, they sent her packing and she went home to eat.
But once y'all got in the house, was production taking care of y'all?
Production was always taking care of us. It was just at that time, it was so many, because it was way more than us. You got to remember, there's only a certain amount of us that got picked to go in the house. And
Mm-hmm.
so, no, it wasn't like all day long, his food there for you. Like, no. And I don't even really feel no type of way about that shit because I feel like it was the hustle and bustle. Like, I'm not even hungry, boo.
Right.
Like
Fuck it.
I'm trying to get it right now. I eat when I go home because you was going home. It wasn't like we was in the house. You was auditioning that day, you go through the process, and then you either go home or you going back to the hotel. You would have ate. She would have ate. She just wanted to eat then.
Yeah.
We'll go home and eat.
I wonder what meal she had when she went home.
I hope it was some lobster and some shrimp and a ribeye steak. Like I hope she had all that.
Yeah.
Crab legs and all that stuff. Like
Butter,
yeah, but
parsley, garlic bits.
there you go, asparagus and fresh garlic on it, all that good shit. Like yeah,
So I know, and again, I'm rewatching this in 2024. Foxy Brown makes a cameo in like this little cipher in the studio. And I've seen this cipher because I've just seen Foxy Brown's content. I'm a Foxy Brown fan. I love Foxy Brown. I think she's one of the dopest rappers who's ever lived. Lyrically and performance wise, like how she spit, top tier. But
that.
I didn't know that came from making the band. I want to know, were you present when Foxy Brown was doing her freestyle?
I was not present when Foxy was doing her freestyle, but the night that I got eliminated, Foxy was there. And she came up to me and she was mad. Like she didn't
Really?
understand why I was getting eliminated. She was mad. It was a few people that were mad. That's why my ass, they had to call me back because all that time I was gone, they were in Puff Air. Like, yo, how you kick the girl from Brooklyn off? Like, what's up with that? You got to get her back here. And obviously, they weren't producing what was needed in the crib, so they called me back. Shout out to Foxy. Like, I love Foxy Brown. Foxy and Little Kim, I was the girl in my mirror with my remote, my TV remote, spitting they rhymes like it was mine. And when Foxy would say her name, I would say Babs. Or when Kim would say her name, I would say Babs, like if it was me. So they're legendary to me. Those are my queens.
Yeah, shout out to Foxy and Kim. I love them both.
Hmm.
I love them both. For me, I like Kim more for like her style and like the
Hmm.
aesthetic and the energy, right? And the sonic. Cause Kim songs are really, really good. Foxy, I love Foxy Brown's lyrics. Like how she wrote, how she would break up rhymes, how she would rap
Hmm.
four bars and not even rhyme, how she do inner rhymes, how she like her voice, the energy behind it, her delivery. That's what I lean more on Foxy for. But I love them both. Like I take both of them equally in my heart, in my musical brain and library. But that's how I divvy them
Hmm.
up.
Got you.
So let's talk about the iconic TV moment where Diddy tells y'all to get walking that way and get him some cheesecake from Brooklyn. Babs, you were pissed. Take us back to that day and tell us what you remembered happening. What you
I
remember
was
happened.
pissed. I was pissed because first of all, I'm from New York. I'm from Brooklyn. I
Mm-hmm.
know exactly where he's telling me to go. And
Uh-huh.
so nobody else really understood the severity of it, and so at the same time too, I felt like he was trying to punk us. And I know my people gonna see this shit, right? So I'm just like, damn, like they got me looking like a punk and got me walking and shit for some fucking cheesecake. And this is all that was in my head at the time. I start crying, I'm devastated. I'm like, and then it's just like he's like, yo, either go do it or go home.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? So that was your choice. You ain't have to do it, but you're gonna go home. And so I chose to not go home.
How many hours did it take y'all to walk to Brooklyn and back to get
I
that
have no
cheesecake?
idea how many hours it was, but it was a lot of hours. And I had to go to the hospital the next day because my knee was fucked up. And the doctor said, oh, that type of walking, you're supposed to train for that. It's like, you doing the marathon or some shit. Like, I wasn't used to that. My ass was in the ER. I bet you they ain't show that.
No, they didn't show that.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Lord.
Babs, you are fucking funny. I bet your producers back in the day used to just be laughing at you when they was questioning you for your interviews because you are
Yo,
funny.
yo, they used to be in the back like, yeah, bitch, we got one, we got one. Like my sound bites was crazy. You feel me? Like,
I know I'm jumping ahead, but we spoke when we spoke before this. I told you what my favorite sound bite was, and I wasn't gonna be satisfied until I found that shit, and I sent it to you. When Chopper was on the stage and y'all was at the charity thing, and Chopper was like, y'all not gonna donate, y'all not gonna donate, and Chopper gave $200. It started off with Ness saying, I don't know why the fuck Chopper acting like he got all this money because that nigga still owe me $50. And then a cut to you saying, and I'm gonna insert the clip in this interview, but I'll come down, I'll take a picture. I may give $1, but $200? Shit. Man, that soundbite has stuck with me all these years. I remember me and my cousin watching that shit, 6 and 7, busting out laughing. Cause that's how our mamas and that's how our mamas used to talk. And so we laughing at this shit, and that soundbite has stuck with me all these years. One
yeah, cause
dollar.
he was we ain't have a bag like that. We wasn't rich.
Mm-hmm.
Donate money. I got niggas in the hood. I gotta go back to that want money. I got
Yeah.
a family. You know what I'm saying? I'm not out here throwing out money to these strangers. I'm gonna take my money back to the hood.
Diddy had y'all going through this bad boy initiation, which included y'all walking. Y'all also had to stay at the Best Western in one room with two beds. Y'all had to wash cars. Y'all had to feed the homeless. What? And then it ends with a scene of y'all like in the room, basically saying like y'all finna potentially walk. And you was like, "Well, niggas, we ain't got no demo. Don't nobody really know about us. How the fuck we gonna go get a contract?" What do you remember you guys speaking about during that time when y'all was basically fed up with the whole initiation week?
My whole thing was to make it through the end. You know what I'm saying? Like we gotta make this shit through the to the end. It was a lot of shit that I didn't like. You know what I'm saying? Like the washing of the cars. I didn't mind feeding the homeless.
Mm-hmm.
Like I actually enjoyed that. It's you got to do that. If you never fed the homeless before, please go out, go volunteer, feed the homeless. It's such a good feeling, especially if you're doing it around like the holiday times.
Yeah.
It's such a good feeling. So I didn't have no problem with that. But all of the other shit, I had an issue with. And my thing was, you got to remember, we wasn't there for a TV show. So we not realizing now when I look back, I'm like, yo, they made great TV. You know what I'm saying? Like, but
Mm-hmm.
I didn't know then. I wasn't a producer like I am now. I didn't know. But I just feel like the fuck am I washing your car for? You know what I mean? Like, why am
Mm-hmm.
I doing all of this extra shit? You got to standing outside singing Biggie lyrics and all of this crazy shit. But now I understand that they were making a TV show, and I guess they had to use us for certain shit to be the butt of the joke, I guess, or whatever. But it worked because look, 20 something years later, people still talking about it. You know
People
what I
still
mean?
talking
So
about
from a production point of view, it worked.
it. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
For y'all, it was fucked up.
Yeah, for us it was fucked up, especially because we didn't know. You know what I'm saying? Like
Mm-hmm.
now it'd be different. I walk on the set, I know what I'm doing. All right, you want me to do that? I'm gonna probably turn up. I'm gonna be, doing all of this, getting the cheesecake and dancing for the cheesecake. You know what I'm saying? But back then, I ain't know.
Yo, this is. I feel like in 2024, for the members of the band who's still rapping, y'all need to come out with a song all together. It's called Cheesecake.
It ain't gonna happen. We
Why?
all can't get together and make something happen. It never works. We've been trying for years. It ain't gonna happen.
What's the roadblock?
It's always somebody at the time. I'm never the roadblock because I'm the mutual one. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
This is the first time actually that I'm really not rocking with one of my band members out of all these years. Because I always been the one that was rocking with everybody. But this time is the first time I'm like, yeah, I ain't fucking with you right now. But so it might be me this time. You know what I mean? Like, but every year or every other year is somebody that's a issue.
Okay, another iconic Babs moment is when you and Ness go at it about him not waking you up so you can get your hair done. Where the iconic line comes when you say, "I'm sorry, Mr. Bentley, but I'm tight." Back to that day when you was basically about to, at least what it looks like to me, jump on this about not picking up the phone and you not getting your hair done.
Okay, so earlier I said Sarah was big on her makeup, and I
Mm-hmm.
wasn't big on makeup.
Mm-hmm.
I was big on my hair.
Mm-hmm.
That was my thing. My hair, my hair. At the time, my best friend at the time, she did hair. She been doing my hair since we were kids. So I already was her muse, and she used to always do my hair.
Mm-hmm.
I'm scheduled for her to come do my hair. I want her to come do my hair because we've been ripping and running. I need my hair done. And so I fall asleep and she calls the crib and Ness tells her, like, she sleep instead of
Mm-hmm.
coming and waking me up. And so I miss my hair appointment. By the time I get up, I'm like, oh shit, where the hell is this girl at? So then that's when I speak to her and she was like, yo, she was like, this is a tragedy. And she dragging it, you know what I mean? She was like, you would have thought somebody died. And I was just tight. And I held on to it because I'm mad. And now we have this meeting. and it was said like anybody got a problem, you need to speak up. And I'm like, yeah, okay, let me go. And so I'm like, yeah, I'm supposed to get my hair done, X, Y, and Z. So, and then it just went left. But I was definitely, you heard me tell him I was tight. I was tight. I'm walking around, I got a scarf on my head. We got shit to do. I need my hair done.
That's so funny. Um, let me see. What do you remember about Ness and Fred fighting in the studio and Diddy told them lock his shit up?
First of all, what I remember is that the first fight I wasn't there for. I was at the gym. And so if anybody go back to that footage, you see that I instigated the second fight because I wanted to see a fight because I missed the first fight. So when I
But they
got
was in the
back in the house,
studio.
yes, when I got back in the house and everybody like, oh, Nesta Fred had a fight, I'm mad that I missed it. I'm like, what? Like, oh man, I missed the fight. So now I'm talking to Fred because I told you me and Fred was like this. So now I'm talking to Fred and I'm amping it. I'm like, yeah, and you need to check him. And he said this about you. I'm amping it. Like, so
Mm.
now I know he gonna get mad. So he like worried. So he run downstairs. And when they went to break it up, that's why I said let him fight because I wanted to see the fight. If I would have seen the first fight, it wouldn't have been a second fight because I would have, been like, nah, y'all chill. But I had to see a fight. It wasn't fair that everybody got to see a fight except me. So that's why I was like, nah, fuck that. Let them fight. Let them fight. And then they got it shaken. And so that's how the second fight happened.
That was really Diddy's house y'all was in.
No, that wasn't his house. That house, the third house was his house. That house wasn't his house.
But y'all did stay in the same house as Diddy though, right?
Yes, that was season 3.
Mm-hmm.
Season 2 was when Ness and Fred got into a fight. That wasn't Puff House.
That wasn't Puff House. The
No.
season 3 was Puff's house.
Yes.
Got you. Got you. Got you. Got you. How was it living with Diddy?
It wasn't bad living with him because he wasn't around often, and we was working a lot. We was out, we was in the studio, we was
Mm-hmm.
doing shit. So it's not like we spent so much time in the house. We really didn't.
What do you remember about the day they took you guys to a meeting? I believe it was with Harv, and he was basically breaking down the point system of an album, and he was informing y'all how many points y'all were getting.
You know what? To be honest with you, I didn't understand any of that. You know what I mean? I really didn't understand any of that. And all I wanted to do at that time was rap. And I knew I was supposed to get paid, even though they breaking down points to me. I don't know what the average artist is supposed to get and this,
Mm-hmm.
that, and the third. They just telling me this stuff, but I don't know if this is good or if this is bad. I don't know.
What? How many points did y'all get from the first album?
We got it's different points for different because it was 6 of us. So it all came down to who wrote what and who was on what song.
You was on a lot of songs.
Yeah, I was. I was trying to be on all them songs. I needed that money. You hear me? I was in that studio like I'm trying to get on every record.
Yeah. 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 Okay, let me see. What do you remember about? But no, no, no. Dylon jumped on Chopper. They was fighting.
Yeah.
They was fighting. The funniest one was when Ness basically told Fred he wanted to fight, like, let's fight. And then Fred kind of like choke him out, and his pants is like falling below his knees, and he like can't breathe
Yeah,
for
that's
like.
the fight I missed. That's the fight that I missed. I had to see that shit on TV. I was mad.
Okay, another pivotal moment that was like it took up the whole episode was y'all getting upset that y'all did not get y'all advance check. So I want to know, what do you remember about what was promised and what wasn't delivered on, and do you care to share how much y'all advance was at that time?
I really don't remember. I would share it, but I don't remember the exact number on that. But I know from what I remember, I know we were mad at Sarah, if I'm correct, that
Mm-hmm.
Sarah wouldn't sign for us to get this money. That was the publishing. Sarah was right though. She was absolutely right. And I didn't know it was the messenger. She had Tony. Nobody liked Tony. You know what I'm saying? So sometimes it's not the message, it's the messenger. And if
Mhm.
it's coming from a certain person, it's hard to receive it. You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying? And that's what it was. Shout out to Tony because Tony was on with a lot of stuff, but it was the way he was delivering it and trying to force our hand and come with his chest out. That's my wife. That's my wife. Where it wasn't good. I feel like now he should have told Sarah and had Sarah deliver it, and maybe she could have been on the one in the group to seem like she knew what was what we need to do, but instead it was coming from him, and it was like nigga, fuck out of here. And we all young, we all from the hood, and we wanted money. You know what I'm saying? So if somebody's offering you 20,000, $30,000, and you never had that before at one time, it seemed like a lot of money when you don't realize that you should be getting 250,000, 300,000. You know what I'm saying? You don't know. So you just like, I mean, I'm not saying you like everybody. I didn't
Oh,
know.
no, girl, don't get me started. I made a lot of mistakes.
Yeah.
Ooh, child, I made a lot of mistakes, but I'm glad I'm still at least what God. No, please don't jinx me, God. I'm still in the early stages of my career, so it's like, bitch, I'll get all that back and some. I don't give a fuck.
There
You know what
you
I'm
go.
saying?
There you go. It's
Y'all niggas
about
not
what
stopping
you
shit.
There you go. It's about what you do with that. You know what I'm
Hmm.
saying? You live, you learn. Not what you gonna do with that. Only the strong survive. You feel me?
Yeah.
Like so.
Making the band is Making the band is around the time when shows was only like 30 minutes. And so like shit is
Hmm.
getting cut down to really like 20-minute episodes. We didn't get to see a lot of y'all on the road during y'all's time touring when y'all was promoting Too Hot for TV. What is one of your favorite memories from being on tour? Besides getting left and you was tight.
I was wilding on tour. Okay, I was ludicrous. I got holes in different area codes. You feel
For
me? I
real.
what? What? I was a rock star, okay? And so that's what it was for me on tour. It was good because you performing, you getting your money, you know what I'm saying, every show, because that's how artists really get their money. They show money. So, I'm getting my money. It's like, oh, I got to show 3, 4 shows a week. You know what I'm saying? I'm just money rolling in, you know what I'm saying? And I'm looted out this month. You know what I mean? We killing the shows. Like it was a fun time. It was a rock star moment for me, and I was fully engaged. Fully engaged.
And so you said nobody knew you was a lesbian at this time.
The masses didn't know. No, and the fans and all of that. Like no, my band members knew.
Gotcha. Puff
Hmm.
knew.
Not because I told him. I think he might have got heard about it, or
You found the B.
I did. I'm looking right at it. I'm not playing. Not playing. Okay. Yeah, so I think he heard, he knew. Like, I had my girlfriend at the time, but I used to just say she was my bestie. But
Hmm.
that was my boo, and she was always around.
I love that. I love that. You know, times is
Hmm.
different now.
What?
Ain't times so
So much,
different?
so much different. So much different. And I'm just like, I'm happy for that.
Hmm.
I'm very much so happy for that because it wasn't like that for me.
I wanna take a quick little segue from talking about making the band. I wanna talk about rap with you real quick, right?
Hmm.
So I feel like, okay, because I'm a hip hop artist, I'm a rapper, and bitch, I'm one of the best. You know what I'm saying? Like, bitch,
There
if
you
you if
go.
if you coming over here, you're gonna have to come with it, because I'm gonna come
There
with
you
it. You know what I'm
go.
saying? How do you feel about the LGBTQ plus representation in hip hop on a mainstream level? So for the guys, we got is really just Saucy and Lil Nas. For the girls, at one point, Young and May was popping. When Nicki Minaj first came out, a big part of her selling point, at least for me, and I was a kid, so I was a large part of her selling point was everybody thought she was bisexual.
That was cap. That was cap. I don't believe it. I've never seen Nicki with a chick like that. She was out there signing boobs. I think it was a part of her like PR run.
Yeah,
You know
yeah.
what I mean? I don't think that she was really bi.
What do you feel about queer representation in hip hop like right now? Do you feel like the ones that's out there, they get into it? Are there more people we should know about? Should hip hop be more accepting of it? Is there a space for us in hip hop? How do you feel?
It's definitely a space because it's been a lot of us in hip hop for years, for ages, since the beginning. But people weren't able to be out. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? So your favorite rapper, your favorite singer, yes, is in the community. But you probably wouldn't have known about it because they wouldn't have been able to be your favorite rapper or favorite singer if they was open with
Mm-hmm.
it. So that's what it was then. But for me, like when I look at the guys that's rapping, I want to see more masculine men. I feel like because what I do in battle rap, we have a lot of gay guys that battle rap, openly gay guys. Shout out to J2 if y'all want to check out somebody that got bars. His name is J2. He is a battle rapper. He's the first openly gay battle rapper to actually make it to battle like the big names. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And so he got bars and he's masculine. You know what I mean? And so my thing is I feel like with the guys, it's a lot of guys that got bars and they masculine and they won't get a look because for whatever reason they're promoting in the mainstream the more feminine guys like the Saucy Santanas, like the Little Nas X. But it's a lot of gay guys that rap that got bars and they masculine. They not walking around doing all of that. They not wearing makeup and getting nails and wigs and all of that. And they want to rap too.
Mm-hmm.
So I want to see that. As far as the girls, I feel like, it's like double sided. It's like you could be a stud, you could be a femme and it's all good. But when it comes to the guys, it's like they push feminine, the feminine black gay men. They push that. They push
Mm-hmm.
that narrative. But it's a lot of masculine gay guys out there that rap, that sing, that do all of that. And they not getting no shine because they not willing to be extra and messy.
You know what I think it is? I think it just comes from a marketing standpoint, right? Um, I think, and it's so, I won't say it's sad, but this is me just working in the industry and just looking at my own career, looking at other people's careers, seeing what works and what doesn't work. A feminine gay guy right now is just a whole lot more marketable because we can still sell beauty, we can still sell clothes, we can still sell hair, we can still sell shit that girls gonna buy. You know what I'm saying? Whereas I feel like with a masculine guy, and I could be wrong, I don't feel like nobody has quite found out how to market a more masculine gay rapper because it's like, okay, yeah, yeah, we got the music, but what are the people gonna buy? And that's what I've learned too. And being in the industry now, yeah, you could be talented, but what else are you gonna sell? Because we just can't be selling records. We also got to sell performance. We got to sell persona. We got to sell lifestyle. We got to be competitive in the social media space. That's my take on it.
But they sell, but you have masculine so-called straight men and they sell stuff. They market
Mm-hmm.
them and they push them. I feel like why do you have if you're a masculine gay man, why do you have to make records to just say I'm gay, I'm gay, I'm gay? Why you just
Mm-hmm.
can't be who you are and spit bars
Yeah.
and make fire records? Why as a gay man do I have to make a certain type of music? Why am I stuck in this box? Why can't I come over here and do this? Will they take a feminine gay guy serious if he just spitting and going crazy and he's like, you see him rapping with a Jada or Fabulous or Drake or somebody like that, Lil Wayne, like just rapping. It's like, why do I have to do this? Why do I have to be like extra?
I can't wait for the day because I do feel like it's a lot of us who like really dedicated to the art of rap and love rap. Like when I first started rapping, I remember being in high school sitting down going on Rap Genius, listening to Jay-Z records, listening to Lil Nas records, listening to The Firm, listening to Tupac, listening to the Sugar Hill Gang, like listening to their raps, reading them, breaking down like they rhyme scheme. Like, bitch, I was studying it because I really, really wanted to do it. And I knew I was never going to be able to be in the closet. Like, people was going to clock my shit from fucking 100 miles away. But when I opened my mouth, I always wanted to be like, yeah, that nigga gay, he fruity, but that bitch, like, he can actually rap. I can't wait until that becomes the thing. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not knocking my other people out here because, bitch, feed your family. At the end of the day, feed your
It's
family.
there. You gotta come to some battle rap events. You know what?
I
I'm
would
gonna
love to
start sending
come.
you. I'm gonna send you some links to some of the guys that's out there. That is, and it's a lot of feminine gay battle rappers too. That
Mm-hmm.
gets crazy. Pen game crazy.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, they out here. They just not letting them and cross over to that side. And for a while, it was like that for the studs. You know, because I know a lot of studs that rap, and they was like, nobody wanted to sign them or whatever because they want them to wear a dress and, you know, have to look a certain type of way. So it was like that for them for a long time.
We're going to get to it one of these days. We're going to see it. We're going to see it.
Yeah.
We're going to see it. Jumping back into season 2. Actually, before I jump back to season 2, I want to talk about Too Hot for TV, which I listened to today for the first time. I listened to every song. I got into it. What do you remember about the making of that album? Because according to the show, you guys had like 6 weeks to pull it together. And y'all was on a time crunch and a pressure cooker to get it done. What do you remember about making Too Hot for TV?
It was a lot of pressure. We got 6 people in a group that don't know each other. We all trying to gel together. We all got different sounds.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, it was a lot. It was times where it was fun and it was times where it wasn't fun, you know, because we bumping heads. And for me, I'm really like so New York, so Brooklyn, and I got Fred, you know, he's Miami, Chopper, he repping New Orleans, you
Mm-hmm.
know, Ness from Philly, but he's still up north. And it was like the type of beats, you know, I wasn't feeling those type of beats. They wanted a different type of beat. Sarah, she like, oh, Babs is too hard. I'm trying to sing love records and she's shooting everybody on the record. And then it was just like we would clash like that.
Yeah.
But we got it done. You know, we got that shit done. It was a fire album. We had the number 2 album in the country when it
Y'all
was
did.
released.
Mm-hmm.
We would have had the number 1 album, but they didn't put out enough records because they didn't believe we could sell that many records, and so they were sold out in all of the stores. So we couldn't make number 1 because of that, but we made number 2. Um, Good time.
How many records y'all sold as of
Well,
today?
as of today, we platinum. I don't know the exact number, but it's definitely over 1 million worldwide. We Ben went gold in the States. We went gold when the album came out.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I know the first week we sold like 200 and something thousand first week.
That's bananas.
Yeah,
People don't do that type of shit no more
no,
at all. Like, to say you sell 200,000 plus now is like, bitch, you fucking Michael Jackson.
yeah.
Like you that person. Like you that nigga. Like if you feeling that kind of shit.
Yes, yes. That's the time when people had to go to the store and actually purchase the
Mm-hmm.
album. When you waited online, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
When you actually did signings at the record store and this lines wrapped around the corner. Like, yeah, you open your CD and you get to see the pictures and you get to read it and all. That
Mm-hmm.
was the time.
It was a time.
That was a
Dang,
time.
Babs, you just brought me back. Like people would buy the album to open it up and see like what was on the little pamphlet shit, to see the photos.
Mm-hmm.
Then the lyrics would be in there. You could read the
Yeah.
lyrics and all that. Dang, because everything is digital now. Everything is on iTunes and
Everything
shit
is
like that.
digital.
Don't go anywhere. In the Mix with Twix will be right back after this.
Chasing the Beat is back, baby, and you do not want to miss this. So gather around your screens as some of your faves come together to showcase their artistic gifts and creations. Created by Oliver Twixt, this celebration of queer creativity is one for the books. So tune in to see show-stopping performances from artists like T.S. Lil Kendra, Lyric London, Tremaine Terrell, Tonka Garcon and JJ Jones, Fly King I and Andre, Kesey and Astro, Ilwin, Rico Cassadine, Oliver Twixt, and so many more. Plus, a whole lot of extra special guests stopping by. Chasing the Beat is back, baby, and you do not want to miss this. Only on the Chasing Reality YouTube channel. See you there.
Welcome back to In the Mix with Twixt.
Season 2 was crazy for y'all, right? One of the main
Yeah.
conflicts was where the fuck is Dylon?
Where's Dylon?
What do
Yeah.
you remember about his absence and how it impacted the progression of the group?
We kept it moving. You feel me? I feel
Mhm.
like it affected him as far as his role he played
Mhm.
within the band, and how many records and whatever he was going to be on as far as that. um we had to keep it pushing, you know what I mean? But we would be upset at first that Dylon wasn't there, and because we all doing this together. But after a while, when you see somebody doing the same shit over and over again, then you just figure out a way to, move around that. And then it was just like the norm.
Yeah. Okay, so there was this moment when you guys have a meeting with Diddy, and he's like, what are y'all issues? And Dylon begins to speak, and he mentions about y'all potentially doing solo projects, and Diddy kind of spazzes, but get him, get him. No, I see it, get
You
him,
see it, right?
spray it,
Exactly. I'm trying to wait for that shit to come back around. I'm looking right at the spray. I got it right here. Right.
unload on that nigga when you see him. Feel free. Dialogue mentioned to Diddy about y'all going solo, and like it looks like Diddy spazzes, but it doesn't show like the full clip. It doesn't show the full meeting. And then y'all get a phone call, and I'm watching this last night, and I'm like, bitch, I would have been scared. Where the guy was like, y'all think y'all can leave Bad Boy and go somewhere else? Y'all think people gonna go against Diddy? Y'all think basically to me it sounded like if y'all niggas do this shit, y'all gonna be blackballed. Basically, what do you remember about that whole conversation? Because it looks like a lot was cut out.
Yeah, it was a lot of that, you know what I'm saying, being said, like, letting it be known, like,
Mm-hmm.
if it ain't here, it ain't happening. You know what I'm saying? Either get in line or it's done for you. And he was right at that time, because who at that time was, you know what I'm saying, gonna go against Puff Daddy? You know
Puff is the
what I mean?
man.
Who's gonna go against that guy at that time, especially for somebody who's not on his level? You know
Mm-hmm.
what I mean? It's not, and that's just the reality in life. And so, yeah, it is kind of like, scary when somebody is, throwing that in your face over and over again. Like,
Yeah.
it's one thing to say I ain't fucking with you, but it's another thing to say I'm not fucking with you, and I'm gonna make sure nobody else fuck with you.
My, how the tables have turned.
Hmm.
So y'all get to the end of the season and you throw a rap party. You take it upon yourself to throw a rap party. Why was it
Yeah.
so important to you that you did that for everybody?
I told you I come from theater, right? We
Mm-hmm.
we always had, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's always a rap party. And so it was time for me to have my own motherfucking rap party. And so, I got the cake, made shit happen, got drinks, and I invited some of my friends and, some of the people from Bad Boy, and I was like, yo, we gotta celebrate, man. Like, we did all of this. It gotta be,
Mm-hmm.
you can't work hard like that and not celebrate at the end. It's time to celebrate.
What about Dylon not being there seemed to be like the last straw for Diddy? Like Diddy was fucking over it. The next day he was like, nigga, get out my shit. Get out. Like, get out. Leave all your shit and get the fuck out.
Oh, what happened? Oh,
You
there
back.
you go.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Um, I just think the not coming to shows and it always being an excuse, and also complaining at the same time. I think he was just over it. And I think that he did it the way he did it is because he knew he was filming a TV show. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like he, was making TV. He felt like he was making good TV. And, for him at the time, he's supposed to be this bigger than life figure, and it was a time at that time where you could talk down to people and motherfuckers will laugh at you. Now it's a different time. You do that now, everybody's sensitive and they like, oh my God, that's horrible. He did this and did that. Like, but at that time, it made him look like he was the nigga. Like, so it's like, yo, nigga, get the fuck up out of here. Like, it was easy for you to just let the fuck out of here and talk to people like that and treat them like shit.
What was you thinking when you saw that going down?
I was like, wow, this is crazy. But I also felt like, where you been? You know what I'm saying? Like, where you been? Like, you gotta be in it to win it, kid. You know what I mean? Like,
There were a lot of times during seasons 2 and 3 where you would be like, I just gotta get out of here, I gotta breathe, I need to just like regroup, refocus. What was going on during the filming of the show and in the band at this time that used to cause you to want to just get some days to yourself and like get out of that space? You used to love
just
going back home. You like, man, I gotta go
yes,
home. Let me go home to my grandma. Let me see my
yes.
grandma.
I miss my grandmother, and I was just really close with my family. I come from a big, close family, and I was home. I'm in New York, you know what I'm saying? I don't know these niggas. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm like, there's just too much going on. It's too much strange activity. I don't know these people. It's cameras in my face every day. Like, y'all niggas got me doing all this crazy shit. I need to go home. I need to be around people that really love me. You know what I'm saying? I need that type of energy so I could get right and prepare to go back into the madness again.
Yeah.
So that's what that was.
So fast forward on the last episode, you guys are supposed to have a meeting with Diddy and nobody shows up. We watch
Hmm.
on the show. Fred was basically like, "Y'all cut me from this. I'm done. Like, I'm not coming back." And it's only you, Sarah, Ines, and Choppa that return. What were you guys going through? What were you going through specifically that gave you pause to return and take that meeting with Diddy?
I still, I'm an artist. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm here. I'm like, this is what I wanted to do since I was 14 years old.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like, so this is Puff Daddy. I'm not gonna not show up for a meeting with Puff Daddy. You know what I'm saying? Nigga want to see me? I'm coming.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what they type of time they on, but I'm here. What's
Mm-hmm.
going on? So that's all that I was thinking. You don't not show to a meeting with somebody like that that's calling a meeting with you. Like, you could be in a position where he ain't calling no meeting with you. You know what I mean? Nobody's calling a meeting with you. I'm going to that meeting.
Mm-hmm. And so you guys get in the meeting, and Diddy basically reads everybody, kind of like fulfilled. Other than Ness, Ness was only kind of like the only one he kind of like, at least from what we saw on the show, he gave like a compliment to. And
Hmm.
he told you, and I watched it. He said, "Babs, you were a disappointment to Brooklyn." I was like, "Damn." What do you remember about that final meeting with Diddy and the band where he like read y'all, he broke y'all up, but still said that he was gonna keep you and Ness as the new Bonnie and Clyde of hip hop?
I mean, it was a sad situation. To be honest with you, it was already rumors going around that it was gonna happen. You know what I'm saying? So I already heard about the rumors and shit, and it was already rumors going around that I wasn't gonna get kicked off the label either. So I kind of knew that the band is eventually not gonna be, and that I was still gonna be on the label. You know what I'm saying? So all that shit that nigga was talking, that shit, whatever, nigga. I like, nigga, I'm here.
Mm-hmm.
Like, whatever the fuck you talking about. And so it happened, and I was sad because I love my group. I love being in the group. I love the fans that we built and everything that came with being a part of the band.
Mm-hmm.
And to know that that was over, was never going to happen again, it was very sad. But at the same time, I was so happy and grateful that they were still giving me a shot and that they still wanted to keep me on the label. And so I was grateful for that.
Whatever happened to Rap's first Bonnie and Clyde with you and Ness?
Um, It was supposed to happen, and then I feel like they started focusing on Danity Kane.
Mm.
And I feel like, our shit was like, it wasn't a priority anymore. And so I wasn't excited about it anymore and I wanted to go.
And so you asked them to let you out,
I asked for a release. Yes.
and they did.
Eventually, yes.
It took them some time.
It took it some time, definitely.
Fuck, how long?
It took a few years. It took about 2 years. And then I finally got my release and I was
Mm-hmm.
able, to do what I do. But I wanted to be released because I felt like it was, as much as I love being on Bad Boy, if nothing is moving, you know what I mean? Like, I'm watching everything happen for all these other people, and I'm basically like an independent artist on a major label.
Mm-hmm. Were you
At that,
around during the Danny Kane days?
yeah, I was around.
Oh, lit. Did you met? I'm pretty sure you met the girls.
I did meet the girls. I met the girls early on. So I was around early on when Danny D. Kane came on board, and then I met the
Mm-hmm.
girls early on. And then, as they focusing on them and they doing they show and shit, I'm doing what I do. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? Trying to make music and on my own because I'm really an independent artist. I mean, I
Yeah.
could go record in daddy's house and all of that, but that's still a lot of money that's coming out of the budget. You know what I'm saying? Once I start at this point, I'm starting to learn the business. You know what I mean? And so things I just started to move differently.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Um, Describe you and Diddy's relationship over the years since the group disbanded. Like, when was the last time you saw him, you spoke to him, and like, what was y'all's relationship like once the camera stopped rolling and the band was no longer a thing?
The last time I spoke to Diddy was right before COVID.
Oh.
Yeah, that was the last time that I spoke to him. I seen him. He was at an event in Brooklyn. I went through. We spoke. That's when they was about to do a new season of Making a Band. It was talks about doing a new Making a Band. So I pulled up on Puff because I'm like, nigga, I know y'all ain't doing a new season of Making a Band, and I ain't gonna get a job. You know what I'm saying? I'm
Mm-hmm.
trying to be. I wanted to mix the Bentley. You know what I'm saying? I wanted to be the den mom. That's what the position I wanted to play on the show. So that was the last time that I actually had a verbal conversation and actually seen him was then. After the show, we had no problems. We weren't friends. That was my boss. So it wasn't like we were friends or anything like that. But
Mm-hmm.
it wasn't no issue with me. If I seen him, I seen him. Your Puff was good. Your bag was good. You good. And I would always be like, yeah. But now I wish I would have been like, hell no, I ain't good. And I
Mm-hmm.
said to myself, the next time he asks me that, I'm gonna be like, no.
I'm sorry, Mr. Diddy. I'm tight.
And then COVID came, and
So,
it changed a lot of stuff. I was supposed to be on another reality show actually around COVID, and then I caught COVID 3 days before I was supposed to be on set.
what's the show?
I
You want to
was
say?
the encore.
Babs!
Y'all,
Babs, and I watched the encore. The encore was my shit. Babs!
yeah.
Babs, you were supposed to be on the encore?
I was casted for the encore, bags packed and everything to go. And 3 days before I was supposed to go on set, I caught fucking COVID.
Babs, you in that house would have turned it. The house was
I don't
already
know why.
turned.
First of all, I don't know why Carlos, shout out to Carlos
Shout
King,
out to
but
Carlos King.
they should have still let me come up in there after I tested negative. And they was not trying to hear none of that. They was like, oh no, we got to start the show, blah, blah, blah. And I was cut, and I just felt like I was a good part. They should have had my ass come.
As-
Listen, I've been trying to get in contact with Carlos. Carlos need to fuck with me. I got a lot of content. I know he do the shit with the girls. I got content, okay? And I don't know if they doing a second season of the Encore, but that first season they had Aubrey up there. You know what I'm saying? That would have been perfect. Like,
That would have been
and when
perfect to see y'all
when I
too.
spoke to her afterwards, and I was like, "Yo, bitch, you know I was casted. I called COVID." She said, "That was you."
Yes.
Yeah, yo. So I was sick, yo. I really wanted to do that show, and
Fuck.
COVID did me dirty.
Okay, so Diddy's bodyguard, former bodyguard, Gene Deal, has been like spilling his guts on Vlad TV about all things Puffy, all things Bad Boy. And there's a video of him that got posted a couple months ago where he says that, according to him, Diddy never took the band serious. He never took making the band serious. Behind closed doors, he was like dogging the band, and it was just like a check for him. Did you see that video? Did you see it or
I
heard about it?
didn't see it, but I definitely heard about it. Like, I didn't see it because I don't like to watch stuff that's like negative about me.
Mm-hmm.
Don't make me feel good. But I'll tell somebody else to watch it and then tell me what
And
they
then
think.
tell you,
Like,
Bam, I do the
yeah,
same thing. I
yeah.
don't watch it, but I tell my folks, hey, watch this and tell me what it said.
Exactly. So I did get the tea on that. But even though I don't remember Gene, I still believe that. I know for a fact that what we did was new. It was never done before. I don't think that Puff put all his eggs in the basket with the band.
Mm-hmm.
It was about a TV show. Once that show did as good as it did, that's why he did season 2 with Danity Kane. He wasn't focused on the band no more. His thing is to get this show. He's in the limelight again. Then he did Day 26. It's the TV show now. You know what I'm saying? And he did the same shit with Danity Kane and them. Like, all right, we off to the next shit. So yes, I do know that it was about the television for him. I don't even think that he thought that our season was going to be as big as it was. And when it became that big, he was like, oh shit. And then he was off to the races. So I definitely believe that.
Yeah. What did he say? He also said, he says, I doubt those guys were making $100 a day.
Hmm. I don't he could have been right. I would have to calculate that. We wasn't getting paid like every day for me to
Mm-hmm.
be able, you know what I'm saying? But I think that I know that once we was, the band and we had our album and we was definitely making money. You know
Y'all was
what I
making
mean?
money.
Like, we were making money. We weren't making what we were supposed to be making because, like I said, it was people hands in our pot. But we
Mm-hmm.
were making money. I was definitely getting more than $100 a day.
I know that's right. That's right.
Yeah.
I watched an interview today with Enes, and it was an interview he did with 15 Minutes of Fame. An interview that Enes did with 15 Minutes of Fame, and he said this. He said that they tried to sign you all for a total of 7,500 total, and with a publishing offer of $50,000 a piece. And he basically spoke up to get y'all more. What do you remember about this?
I can't really remember that aspect because we
Mm-hmm.
all got our own. I believe him though. You know what I'm saying? I do. I don't remember that, but I'm not gonna say he's not telling the truth. I do believe him because I do remember at one point we got our contracts redone. And so, who was the
Mm.
person who started that? I can't remember. I know it wasn't me. You know what I mean? So it could have been us.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
I also watched the interview with Freddie, who is fucking funny, by the way.
Hmm.
I didn't know. I guess at the time I didn't know Freddie was from Miami. I'm from Fort Lauderdale, so when I was rewatching him and certain shit he was saying, like butt bunky naked and shit like that, I'm like, that is
Uh-huh.
so South Florida. That is so South Florida. Niggas, grown niggas still sucking their thumb. That is so South Florida. Like, I'm like, that's my South Florida family right there. Yeah, Freddie P. He said in the interview that Sarah sent y'all a contract in a group message that basically, or some paperwork that basically said that Diddy got 40 million plus for one season of y'all show. What do you remember about this, and what was your response?
I was sad, but for me, I can't sit on past shit. I stay on past shit, I be stagnant. I can't sit on that.
Mm-hmm.
So I gotta try to, learn from it. You feel me? And move past it. And let's see if I could get some of the money. If not, then I'm not gonna dwell on it. But it's a sad thing to know when you see how much money was made. We all parents, you know what I'm saying? Like, and you just like, damn, like 40 million, like five of that, you know what I'm saying, could have did something. You know what I mean? I'm just like, I'm not saying nobody deserves anything, but to just take that much money, and it's a sad thing to know because like that was really me. Nobody told me what to say. Nobody gave me a script. Nobody wrote my rhyme. That was my pen. That was my brain. You know what I mean? So for somebody else to just get all this money off of my pen, off of my brain, off of my personality, is fucked up.
What would be your advice to young artists and personalities getting in the game? Like myself, who are thinking, you got to go to like a big network, or you got to sign on to a big brand or a name to get seen, which it does help a lot of us out. What advice would you give those cats, us cats coming up in the game, and we signing these contracts, we looking at these contracts?
Now we got more information at hand than we had before. Just know your business. That's the most important thing. It's the music business. And so that word business means something. And if you know your business, then nobody could really take advantage of you. They
Mm-hmm.
can't get over on you. It's just like having an education. It's just something that no matter what, you can't take that away from me. You feel me? And so I will stress that. Know the business. Get all the information on the business. Even though the word music is first, it should be business of music.
Mm-hmm.
That should be the name of it because everybody else besides you gonna be about business. And
Yeah.
you just gonna be rapping, singing, or dancing and thinking that okay, such and such got me, my manager got me, my accountant got me. Yeah, no, they might have you and have they self too, and you don't even know what's going on, and everybody just taking your money. Like it's real like that. And this is not P. Diddy thing. This is an industry thing. I was watching the Elvis movie recently and I started crying. I was just like, this is crazy. Like, it doesn't matter. It's just it's been going on. You know what I mean? So just know the business. And he didn't know. And he trusted somebody. So that's what happens. You gotta know and not move off of trust. Move off knowledge.
Yes, that was a scripture right there. Move off of knowledge, don't move off of trust at all.
Hmm.
The fuck. What place from you, Babs, one of the most legendary female rappers out there, do you believe the band holds in the full scope of hip hop?
In the full scope of hip hop, I don't know if we hold a place in the full scope of hip hop.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like we hold a place in reality television.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I feel. And I feel like we hold a big space. We are the blueprint. I get a lot around these reality stars, and when they realize who I am, they're like paying homage, like,
Most
oh my
definitely.
God, you know what I mean? And like, and so I appreciate that because just as they watch me, I watch them. You know what I'm saying? And I'm a fan of what they do as well. I don't care what it is, bitch. If you just throwing drinks in bitches' faces all day, I'm like, bitch, I like the way you threw that drink, bitch. Yeah. Like, you know what I mean? So,
Uh-huh.
um, that's where I feel like we hold our space. We hold our space in reality television.
In my opinion, I feel like the band does hold a space in hip hop, in being that you guys, if not the first act, and I just have to do my homework to solidify that statement, but I feel like you guys are definitely a part of the first acts in music to merge music as well as television together.
There you go. Well, there you said it. All right, that's where our space is at in hip hop. We you know what I'm saying? Because we did have a fire album. We are real artists. I don't want to take that away from me or my band members. You know what I'm saying? Like, so we are real artists. And Sarah was seeing any of you bitches under the table.
Sarah was singing.
Facts.
Sarah was singing.
Facts. Like I
Mm-hmm.
seen Sarah go toe to toe with Patti LaBelle. Can't nobody tell me nothing after
Mm-hmm.
that. I'll put my money on Sarah, on any of these bitches that's out right now. Okay, my money is on Sarah. So yeah, you're right. We hold that spot. The hip hop and television merged together.
Yeah,
Yeah,
definitely. I
because
mean,
even though it was a reality TV show, like I said, I went there to record an album and to get a record deal. It just so happened that it was on reality TV.
yeah, yeah. Reality TV that we still literally right now talking about still to this day. Still to this
Yes.
day. So Babs, I want to know, the band is over. MTV is over. Talk to us about your career once you left the band and you were no longer being on MTV every week. What was
The
Babs doing?
band
How did Babs survive? What was she doing?
Dad was back in Brooklyn. I was at my pops, living with my pops. You know what I'm saying? He was holding me down in the family house, and I was able to shake and move and still pursue my career because my parents was holding me down, allowing me to do that. And I was pushing, I was dropping mixtapes, I was doing my own. I'm an independent artist at this point, you know, and so I'm still running around. I'm hosting. I'm doing mixtapes. I'm doing videos and I really wasn't trying to get another deal because I don't remember me like taking meetings for deals. I was more like, I'm just this independent artist. I'm just gonna rock out, and this is what I'm doing. And then a few years later, I got into the battle rap scene. I came into something that I love, and I put it on my back and I ran with it. And that was 14 years ago because this year makes 14 years that
Congratulations.
yeah, thank you, that we've been doing Queen of the Ring. So that's what I've been doing. So for the past 14 years I've been acting because I've been in movies. Write scripts. That's what I do as well. My new passion is documentaries and pushing female artists.
And you own Queen of the Ring.
Yes, me and I have two partners. I'm a co-owner.
I love that. And has it been lucrative for you guys?
Yes, it has. We've been here 14 years.
Yeah.
You know how many restaurants and closed in 14 years? How many beauty supply stores done closed in 14 years? I'm here.
Let these
Okay?
niggas know. Let these
Period.
niggas know. And not the
And
comma. Straight dot.
there you go.
What is Babs doing right now in 2024?
In 2024, Babs is a boss. I run my battle rap league, the first female battle rap league in the world, Queen of the Ring. Also, like I said, I'm filming and I'm writing. I have a documentary that's about to drop. It's about my life. It's called Bad Bunny Presents Prom Night. And that's about my life and also the battle rap that I do and this adult prom event that I have put together for the culture that I'm in. And so that's what that film is about. I'm also in some other films. You can check me out on Tubi. Go watch the series Forced to Sin, and you can check me out on Netflix. 40-year-old version. You can check me out on that as well, and you can check me out on Core Time on Amazon Prime. You can check me out over there as well. And you know, I'm being a mother because I'm a mother. I have a son, a 10-year-old son,
Oh,
and
congratulations.
yeah, I'm just grinding, making things happen, you know.
I love that. Real quick, real quick. I'm gonna spit some stuff at you real, real quick. Top five female rappers of all time, according to Babs.
Little Kim, Foxy Brown, Shauna, Rhapsody, and me.
Let them know.
hmm
The top five underground female rappers right now that everybody should know about.
Um, Dawn Lady, Official, Fair Funeral, Shuni the Rapper, Miss Hustle.
And top five gay artists the world needs to know about.
Ooh, J2. I like that boy Candy.
Your boy
Um,
Candy.
yeah, your boy Candy. I love Candy. Yeah. Let's see. Oh, it's the Noor. It's a female from New York. Her name is Noor. Oh,
Sam.
Oliver. Yes, Oliver. Yes, yes, yes. And C3.
C3.
Yes.
Okay. Okay. Babs. Now you respond to this the best way you want to. I ain't, I told you this, but I'm gonna ask you. Our man Diddy got the block hot. What is your response in seeing what Diddy has going on in his life right now in 2024?
It's crazy. That's just my response. I never thought that. Who would have thought this would be happening? It's just it's a crazy situation. It's 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 wild.
I'm looking at your eyes. Your eyes are like piercing.
All right. Trying to wild out with me. I gotta pull up on you, Oliver. We gotta have that conversation in person, okay?
Yes, pull up on me, Babs. I would just love to be shit. I want to go with you in the studio. I want to see you right. Like that's the shit I want to see.
Yes, I want to see the same thing for you too. I want to be up in there, be all up in your session.
Oh, that would be. I would fuck. First of all, I'll probably be crying like the first 15 minutes. I'll probably be so fucking nervous, like so fucking nervous. But if you want to make this happen, we can make this happen.
Yeah, we gotta make that happen.
Yes, no, we got to make that happen. I want to know if you were in front of Diddy right now in 2024, what would you say?
Ah, okay. I would say, hey, Puff, how you doing? How's everything going for you? You know, things are not, things are going good for me, but they ain't going so great for me. You know what I'm saying? I would like for my bank account to look a lot better. And I think that you can help me with this situation.
Yo, Babs Bunny. Is there anything we haven't covered before we get out of here?
Nah, I think we covered everything. I just want people to tune in. Queen of the Ring.
Queen
Make
of the
sure y'all,
Ring.
yes, make sure y'all subscribe to my YouTube channel, Queen of the Ring Artist on YouTube. Make sure y'all follow me, Brooklyn Babs, on all social media platforms. Just rock out with me. I'm outside, and oh yeah, I'm single, and you know what I'm saying. I'm single, and I'm ready to mingle. So, ladies, holla.
Holla, ladies. I love that. Babs, I am really happy that I was able to spend this time with you and I was able to connect with you. You are not only, as I've told you, an icon in reality TV, but you are a legend in the rap world, and especially what you're still doing, still being relevant with Queen of the Ring and putting in that work. It is really an honor to share a space with someone who is you, and I love you, I respect you, and I think I speak on behalf of a lot of people that came up watching MTV to say that you have inspired, you have entertained, and I'm so happy to see that you still out here in the ring, putting up your tools, letting these bitches know you the motherfucking one.
Hey, I appreciate you, Oliver. This was fun. You know what I'm saying? And make sure you holler. We got to link up. We got to get in that session.
The thought of Oliver Twixt on a song with Babs just makes my coochie sweat.
What? There we go. There we
Yo,
go.
yes, yes, yes. Listen, Babs, y'all say thank you to Babs for giving us an amazing to exclusive on Making the Band. Until next time, Babs, we love you.
Hey, later.
Yes. Thank you guys so much for watching. Be sure to jump down in the comments and let me know what you thought about this chat with Babs. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe, as well as check out all of my other Twitch exclusives with some of your favorite reality TV stars. I love you guys so much for watching, and I love you guys so much for supporting. Until next time, be sure to pray and Kegel. Bye.